Hello, and welcome back to Rock Tumbling Weekly and the Reiki Gem Wellness channel. It's been a really adventurous week. I had a lot going on that affected the rock tumbling process. For those of you who are new to this channel and new in particular to this weekly episode, this is just a video journal of all of my rock tumbling projects. You'll get to see everything that's in my barrels throughout the week and learn how I do rock tumbling. So welcome to Rock Tumbling Weekly, and I hope you enjoy following along. For those who have seen this before, welcome back. You've seen my projects up to date, and this week one of my barrels had a massive blowout about 24 hours into tumbling, and luckily I check on the barrels every day, and I came in and one was tumbling really rough, and I saw that the top had popped off and the slurry had come off. So while it had still been tumbling, there was just kind of wet nothing in there, just the stones. So I cleaned that all up, got the grit back in, and got that running again. I'm not sure how much time it lost in the slurry. This is the Bloodstone that it happened to, which seems to be in course forever, so who knows how long until we move on with Bloodstone. And then we had a massive power outage for about a day and a half, so no tumblers running. I got them up and running again yesterday, and so today I'm just gonna do my usual clean and recharge the grit cycle and show you what's going on. So let's get started. This is the black Onyx, and it's just been in course for 1 week, so it'll go back in course. It really needs some work, but it's looking good. The most interesting part about this is that it's not pure black onyx. It's mixed in with some other colors. So as I mentioned last week, onyx is like a black jasper. So you've got other colors mixed in with this black onyx, which is really interesting. It's a nice surprise. I kind of suspected that there would be some other colors last week when I looked at the rough, but I thought that that might come off after the first week, of course. But some of this kind of reminds me of spiderweb jasper. This is really pretty. It's a pleasant surprise. I'm looking forward to seeing how this looks once we get some more tumbling going on. Great. Well, back to course for these babies. Here is Amethyst after its second run through course, and it's looking really good. It'll need at least another week because there's still some cracks and crevices on these that need to be smoothed out, like right there. But yeah, so far so good. This is a really neat piece. This was in the rough, and you can see little bits of amethyst in here, but the whole thing isn't, but it still looks pretty cool. So I'll probably keep this for myself as a mystery mix stone. But yeah, really beautiful purple colors. I mean, this is just a really nice quality batch of rough. I'm really happy with this. All right, so we'll see Amethyst again next week. Here is Amazonite, and it is looking mighty fine this week. It has just finished 2 weeks in course, and these pieces are looking like nice and smooth. There's still some small areas that need some more coarse grit, so this will likely get 1 more week, but Like, this is looking really, really nice. You know, just need some fine tuning before it goes on to medium grit, but I mean, geez, look at that. So nice. Wow. Really pretty. Really pretty. All right. I'll get these back in their bed for one more week. And here is Bloodstone that had that barrel explosion this week. And it had about 1 day less of tumbling due to the power outage. And, you know, it's looking good, but there are still some spots that could use some work on these. And this is where I really have to be patient and objective about what this batch needs, so that I don't move it on before it's ready and then have to come back and do it again. And it really looks like, while these are so close to moving on, that they still need one more week in course. Yeah. Bloodstone is a tough stone. Woo. I might take some of these out that are definitely ready for medium. I did that with the Amazonite. I pulled about 1/3 of that out because they were definitely ready. And I may do the same here as well. All right. Patience, patience, patience. This is the Hematite, and it has finished another run in medium grit. Last week I had picked out some more that looked like they were ready to go on to the fine grit, and I'll do that with this batch as well. You know, I seriously question the quality of this batch of rough. I mean, you don't always get the best quality when you buy it, but I think today I will pick out the rest that are ready for medium, wash them off really good, and just proceed, that are ready for fine, and just proceed with a batch of the fine grit and get at least some of this to polishing sometime soon, so we can see what the end result is. All right, this massive pile of mixed quartz just finished a week in fine, in 500 grit. But I changed things up a little bit, and instead of using the silicon carbide 500 grit, I used aluminum oxide 500 grit, just to see if there was any difference in the level of polish when they get to that phase. And you know, these are looking really nice. Yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them a wash in the barrel. Just a few tablespoons of the Dreft soap to wash this off. And then another experiment that I'm doing is that I'm going to put these in extra fine 1000 grit aluminum oxide for a couple of days before I put them in polish. So these are going to go through a couple of phases this week. And this is an experiment, and I write all of this down in the logs to see what's going to get me the very best shine at the end of the process. It's part of the fun. seeing how you can tweak and perfect all of your recipes. The Rhodonite is leaving the extra fine grit stage. I'll give it a clean in its barrel for about 24 hours. Then I'll put it in with some polish. I think for this I'll be using cerium oxide. That's supposed to work well with softer stones. It's looking really, really nice. Yeah, I'll run this in its barrel with a couple tablespoons of soap to make sure that the barrel, the stones, and all of the ceramic media are contaminant free before I put it in the polish. Getting so close. Now this is the Kambaba Jasper that's been in polish for 1 week. Polish usually lasts at least 2 weeks, but I still want to check and see how it's doing. And we're starting to get some shine, for sure. Yeah. See that flash of the sun. Dig in here some more. Yeah, it's starting to polish up for sure. Definitely needs more time, but it's looking good. Looking good. Put these little ones back in there, and I will close it up and get it back on the tumbler. All of the barrels are now processed and set up for the next week of grinding and polishing. And I've filled out my barrel list log here. You'll see Quartz has a lot planned for this week. And this is our log for Amethyst if you're learning how to log your tumbling barrels. And we've just started this 3rd week here. And when it's on course, you know, it's just gonna look same old, and still until you get to medium and fine and start tweaking your process. But that is it for this week. Thanks again for joining me for another episode of Rock Tumbling Weekly. We had some issues this week, but hey, that's part of the fun of figuring this all out and having rock tumbling as a hobby. Now my husband and I are going to go to Home Depot and get some stuff to make some repairs after our electrical issues. So anyway, if you like rock tumbling, you want to follow along on my tumbling adventures, then hit the subscribe button. I post every single week about my rock tumbling, and hopefully I'll see you again next week. Thank you very much.